Welcome students, welcome to our English classes once again. So we are dealing with a humorous folk story, that is the Brave Potter, and in the previous class I gave a small introduction about the title, about the folk stories and about how they are related to our life. And in the same class I even started the lesson and we learned about the situation that prevailed in the story. So where was the story happen? So it is happening in a rainy day in a thick forest. So how was the atmosphere at the time? So the entire atmosphere, the entire sky was covered with thick black clouds, and it started thundering. It roared, the thunders roared like anything. So it started pitter pat pat, it started raining, and after that the thunders roared and the lightning appeared in the sky, and people thought that as if the sky is broken up into two parts. So after that it started raining heavily. So next scene, an old tiger ran through the rain looking for shelter. So in the middle of the forest, the writer is showing us a tiger. The tiger, how was the tiger? It was an old tiger. So the tiger is running in the middle of the forest looking for the shelter because it is raining heavily. So it may be human beings or animals. So we want the shelter at the time of rain. So this tiger is also looking for the shelter, so it is running fast. He was wet and cold and his cave was far away. So here we can see the writer using the word he. The pronoun he is used here. So this is what we call personification. So it is a figure of speech. So what is personification? Giving or treating the non-living objects or non-human objects in a treating them as human beings. So we can't see the seasons, we can't see the things, but still we give some life to those things. So that is called personification. So many beautiful poems have been created by some writers by using this personification. Ode to Autumn, a beautiful poem written by Keats. Okay. Here he was wet and cold and his cave was far away. So here the personification is used here. So that's why he addressed the tiger as he. He was wet and cold and his cave was far away. While hurrying to his shelter, he saw an old hut. While hurrying to his hut, he saw an old hut. With a sigh of relief, the tiger crawled under the thatched roof and lay down by the door. By a sigh of relief. So if the cave is far away from the place, so he can't reach the cave and he can't be in the forest. So in search of shelter, he started running fast in the forest. So after running for some distance, he saw an old hut. So with a sigh of relief, like that, with a sigh of relief, the tiger crawled under the thatch and lay down by the door. Slowly it crawled under the roof and slept near the door. Except the sound of the rain, all was quiet. So it's pin drop silent. Except the sound of the rain. Only the tiger, he can hear the rain sound, and remaining the entire forest is absolutely quiet. Before he could nod off, however, he heard something heavy being dragged inside the hut. So before he could nod off means this is called nod off. So a short snap. So nod off means generally we see the students, they are nodding their heads on the benches. So they close their eyes like this and take a small rest, especially in the first period after the lunch time. Am I right or not? Yes, this is what we call nodding. So here, that means before you go to sleep, so first of all we all nod our heads. So that means the tiger ran for a long time. It got tired, and so it's going to sleep for a while. So in the beginning he nodded his head. So before the tiger could nod off, heavy, so heard something being dragged inside the hut. So he heard something. He had not seen it, but he heard something being heavily dragged inside the hut. That was followed by the voice of a woman. So after something being dragged inside the hut, so he heard a heavy, sharp voice from the hut. "Oh, how terrible the leak is," she complained. It was an woman's voice. So the woman is shouting loudly from the hut. So how was she shouting and what was she shouting? "Oh, how terrible, how dangerous. So the leak is very dangerous. It's very terrible." So she complained, "How terrible. I would rather meet a tiger in the forest than have this leak in my house." How terrible the leak is. So it is better to put my head in the mouth of a tiger. I can even stand bravely before a tiger. Ammo, I can't stand before this leak. It's horrible. It's terrible. So I can't do it. I can't bear it. I can't face it. So like that, the woman started shouting loudly and giving some complaint on this leak. So what is this leak? The tiger got a doubt. So out of all the human beings, we treat the human beings, out of all the creatures, we treat human beings as the most intelligent and also the most dangerous creatures in the creation itself. Now, the human beings, that too a lady, is giving complaint on this leak. And she is feeling afraid of standing before this leak. What does it mean? It means that this leak must be most dangerous than the other creatures in the world. It must be a most ferocious animal. It must be a terrible animal. It must be a ferocious animal than that of the tigers and lion. So otherwise, no human beings. So human beings are always frightening other creatures. But here, she is getting afraid of this leak. That means this leak is more dangerous than the human beings. Yes, a leak, the tiger thought. So all these are the thoughts of the tiger. A leak? What is this leak? How does this leak look like? So what is a leak? It must be very dangerous and strong, or the woman would not be more frightened of the leak than of me. So what this lady is saying, it's better to face a tiger than that of facing this leak. So according to this woman, so this leak is more dangerous than a tiger. Otherwise, the woman won't say this type of words. Yes, it must be dangerous than that of a tiger. Yes, am I not really rightly called the king of the forest? Am I not correctly or rightly called as the king of the forest? So all the animals are treating me as the king. So even from rabbit to bear, every animal is calling me the king. So you are more ferocious animal. So you are the wild animal. So if they stand before me, they stand with folded hands. So they all show reverence towards me. So what does it mean? Is it correct? Is it fact? So now after listening about this leak, I feel that all those animals might be saying lies with me. Yes. And am I not rightly called the king of the forest? Aren't they all afraid of me? Aren't they all afraid of me? Aren't they, means here he's thinking about the other animals. Aren't they all afraid of me? Are they acting before me? Are they really afraid of me? Am I not the ferocious or dangerous animal? Then, if I am the dangerous animal, what about this leak? So it must be more dangerous than me. I wonder what a leak look like. So I wonder how does this leak look like. Okay. Soon afterwards, the tied tiger fell asleep. So thinking about this leak, and he got many ideas and many thoughts about this leak, and finally already he got tired, so that's why he took a small nap near the hut, near the door. Yes, he was suddenly awakened by an angry voice shouting in his ears. So when this tiger is about to sleep, so all of a sudden he heard a heavy voice very nearer to his ears, almost in the ear. Somebody is shouting, somebody is scolding, and somebody is crying before his ears. And he got up with this sound. Yes, he felt heavy blows fall upon his head and shoulder. So not only the shouts, not only the voice, heavy voice, but even the tiger felt the blows on his head and shoulders. He felt as if somebody is beating him heavily on his head and on his shoulders. Ammo, by crying loudly, the tiger got up from the place. Yes, you horrible beast, a voice screamed heavily. So the person or the thing even started scolding this tiger like anything. How is the creature scolding him? You horrible creature, you horrible beast. Beast means animal. So you horrible means that cannot be, bird is called horrible. So horrible means it's a horrible problem, horrible mistake means that cannot be bad. So something was done by this tiger before it came to this place. So that's why the creature is scolding the tiger like that. You horrible beast, a voice screamed angrily. Screamed means shouted angrily. How dare you run away? Hey, how dare you run away? So like that, the creature, we don't know the creature. Have you seen that leak? So I have not seen that leak. Has the tiger seen that leak? No, even the tiger also has not seen that leak. So that's why the tiger is also very anxious to see or to have a look at the leak. But nobody has seen that leak. Nobody knows about that leak. Because all this is the imagination of the tiger. But the beatings, the blows are not imagination. The screamings are not imagination. Yes, somebody is there or something is there beside me. How dare you run away? How dare you make me walk about in the middle of the night trying to find you? So something is scolding this tiger. How dare you make me to run in the middle of this forest at this rainy day? How dare, what do you think about you? Yes, be careful. Hey, be careful. One of these days I will kill you. Yes, you are really going to die in my hands one of these days. So let me catch you. Let me tie you to a tree. So then I see your end. So like that, the creature started scolding, beating, and using some abuses or saying some abuses against this tiger. So now go home. Just come on, let's go home. So like that, the creature gave an order to the tiger. The frightened tiger started listening to the creature's words. Already this creature frightened at the women inside the hut. And she said that it is the most dangerous animal. So why should I fight against or why should I shout against this creature? I think it is almost good to compromise with this creature. Otherwise, I become prey to this creature now itself. I may become food to this creature at any time. Already the creature is shouting that one of these days I'm going to kill you. That one of those days may be the present day. So what's there? So let me follow the instructions. Otherwise, if I make this creature angry, I may become a small food to him. So that's why even the tiger is also afraid of this creature. And he started thinking to follow the orders of this creature. If I live, so I can eat, I can live by eating some grass. Though I am a tiger, so I can live by feeding on the grass. But if there is no life, how can I maintain, and what is the use of doing all these things? So it is better, I think it is better to get compromised with this sleep. The old tiger shivered. This must be the leak who has come out of the hut. So in the hut, this leak frightened the woman. And now it came out of the hut, and he might have seen me sleeping near the door, and it came to me to frighten me also. So now it came out even to frighten me. So I would better do as he say, or he will kill me. So better to follow the instructions rather to be killed in his hands. Yes. So the tiger allowed himself to be bound around the neck with a thick rope. The creature started binding the tiger with a big or a thick rope, and the tiger allowed it to do so. Hey, lift the neck. The tiger lifted the neck. Lift your legs. The tiger lifted the legs. Stretch your body. The tiger stretched the body and allowed this leak to bind himself with a thick rope. The mysterious creature. What is that? It is a mysterious creature. Mysterious creature means that cannot be seen. Unknown creature. So creature then climbed onto the tiger's back. So after binding the tiger with a thick rope, the creature climbed onto the tiger's back. That means he sat on the back of the tiger and pulled the rope. So how the horse riders pull the reins of a horse. So why do they use this reins? Reins means in Telugu we call it as kallalu. So why do they use this kallalu or reins? To make the animal, to make the horse run faster and faster. To run fast. Here also the creature, after sitting on the tiger's back, started pulling the ropes tightly so that to make the tiger to run fast in the middle of the forest at a rainy day. Come on. Come on. Come on. Head for home, the creature shouted. Come on. Head for home. Head for home means go towards the home. He ordered the tiger. And tiger obeyed, nodded. The tiger nodded his head and obeyed the instructions of this creature. Mysterious creature, dangerous creature, horrible creature, frightening creature. So we can add any adjective to it. But really the tiger is afraid of this leaf. We don't know what that creature is. The tiger felt a sharp kick on his side. So not only that, so generally all these things are done by the horse riders to enable the horse to run fast. So generally they kick on the sides. Here also the creature is doing the same thing. So he kicked the tiger on the sides to make the tiger to run fast. The tiger was terrified, already determined, already decided, fixed mentally to follow the instructions blindly. Okay, when the creature kicked on the side, the tiger also started running fast because the tiger was terrified and he ran through the dark forest. So when the tiger is missing the direction, the creature pulled hard on the rope to tell him which way to go. So already it's a very thick forest, dark forest, rainy day, a rainy night, and the tiger is blindly moving in the forest. It did not know where he is moving. So that's why this creature started pulling the ropes to show the way to the tiger. So, or we use the steering to show the direction to go in a particular way. The same way, the riders also, they use the reins to give direction to the horses. If they pull on the right side, the horses should go on the right side. Left side means they may go on the left side. So like that, the reins are used here. But here the ropes that are tied around the tiger's neck are used as the reins. The creature started pulling the rope hard to show in which way the tiger should run. At the same time, it scolded, cursed, and kicked the poor tiger. The creature is doing all these things at a time. On one hand, the creature is pulling the ropes tightly. On the other side, the creature is kicking on the sides, scolding, abusing, cursing the tiger. All these actions are done. So not only that, at some time the creature is even beating on the head of the tiger. So only because of you. You are responsible for making me to run in this night. So you are doing everything. So I kill you, I beat you, like that. On one side, the creature is scolding the tiger. On the other side, kicking on its side. And on the other side, pulling the ropes. Yes. So can you imagine the situation of the tiger? So really, the frightened tiger is innocently obeying all the orders of the creature. Next, soon they stopped in front of a small hut on the edge of the thick forest. So finally, they reached the end of the forest. There, the creature stopped the tiger before a hut. At the edge of the thick forest, the creature climbed down from the tiger's back and bound him with an iron chain to a nearby tree. So finally, the creature took him at the end of the forest. There, he stopped the tiger, jumped from the back of the tiger, took some heavy chains and bound the tiger to the nearby tree. Okay? So the tiger was bounded to the nearby tree with some heavy iron chains. Then he went inside the hut. So after binding the tiger, the creature went inside the hut. The tiger could not free himself from the chain. So the tiger tried his level best. It made so much of effort to free himself from the iron chains. But iron chains are much powerful and much stronger than the tiger's strength. Already the tiger was tied. The tiger lost all his energy. That's why there is no strength remaining with him. That's why he tried his level best. But ultimately he failed in freeing himself from the iron chain. So, not knowing what to do, the tiger spent a miserable means sad. The tiger spent a miserable night under the tree. So what can I do now? There is no scope. There is no chance or opportunity to escape from this place. So that's why he tried his level best to break the chains, but he could not able to do it. Finally, he took rest under the tree. Who was this creature? So now tell me, who was this creature and who was able to capture such a large and dangerous tiger? So who is this creature? So is this creature really powerful than a tiger? So how could this creature able to tie a tiger before his hut or before his place? So if you want to learn about all these things, we should go further in this lesson. Yes. So this is the first episode of the lesson. So in the first episode, we'll learn about a tiger, a tied old tiger running in the middle of the forest, found a small hut, slept near the door, heard about the leak, and finally he even experienced the blows and the scoldings of the leak, and finally they approached near the hut at the end of the forest, and now this tiger was bound to the nearby tree. So what is this leak? So if you want this answer, we should wait for next lesson. In the next lesson, we are going to learn about the secret. Until then, you read the concept and try to enjoy the lessons. Okay? Have a nice day. Stay at your home and be happy.